Welcome to the Kultiv8 Dialogues, where we explore the inner mechanics of mindset, decision-making, and transformation. Today's episode dives deep into how human experiences shape our decisions and what we can do to change the game. In conversation with our guest today, the founder of the Kultiv8 Club, author of multiple self-development books, a passionate thinker, meditation trainer, entrepreneur, an advisor in his own businesses in shipping and maritime. Today, we'll uncover the often invisible forces, the context behind the decisions we make, and how to break free from limiting patterns. My name is Sonia, and I am your host for today.
Thank you for having me. This is one of those topics that's both personal to me and universal at the same time.
Let's begin with a foundational question. Do decisions always lead to the outcomes we expect?
Not at all. While every decision is made to create a desired result, in reality, outcomes are rarely linear. Especially when human behavior is involved. People are complex, and what's visible on the outside often hides what's going on internally. That's why even seemingly good decisions sometimes produce unexpected results.
So in that case, should people still think long-term, or shift to short-term goals?
That's a brilliant question. In unpredictable environments, short-term, visible milestones tend to be more reliable. Rather than obsessing over a distant 5-year goal, it helps to focus on what you can see and influence now. One milestone at a time. It builds momentum and clarity as you go.
You mentioned something earlier about context. How does that relate to decision-making?
Our past experiences, especially emotional ones, form our personal context. That context is like a mental lens through which we see and act. So every decision we make today is filtered through yesterday's experiences. For example, if someone once failed publicly, they may avoid speaking up again, even when they now have the skills.
That makes sense. But can those old contexts become outdated?
Absolutely. And they often do. What protected you 10 years ago may now be limiting your growth. But the tricky part is that outdated context feels real, because it's emotionally wired into you. Recognizing that is the first step to change.
Why do people avoid new experiences even when they know it could help them?
The brain is designed for survival, not success. It sees unfamiliar territory as a threat, even if it's just trying something new like raising your fees or starting a podcast. That resistance is natural. But it's not always true.
So what do we do when our past feelings create invisible blocks?
Great question. Emotional imprints live in our subconscious. When something reminds us of an old emotional wound, we feel it again, even if the situation is different. It takes awareness, support, and sometimes coaching to rewire that association. But it's very possible.
That leads me to the big one. Are we permanently stuck in these patterns?
Not at all. But change takes effort. First comes awareness, then comes intention. With practice and the right tools, you can cultivate a new, empowering context. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen.
Final words for our listeners.
If you feel stuck, remember, it's not permanent. Your context is not a prison, it's a garden. And you can replant it, one seed at a time. If you're ready, reach out. Support is available.
Beautifully said. Thank you for joining us and sharing your insights. And to all our listeners, start where you are. Cultivate the new context. Change the outcome. If you wish to interact with our guest and the founder of the Kultiv8 Club, please click on the WhatsApp button at the bottom of this podcast. Please share this podcast with your friends and follow us on the Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok.
Thank you. Let the cultivating begin.